Hey there, welcome back to our channel. Today we're exploring 10 micro-expressions that reveal her attraction. Ever found yourself missing subtle hints that she's into you? It's frustrating, right? Even worse, misunderstanding those signals can lead to awkward moments or missed chances. But don't worry, understanding micro-expressions can be your ultimate advantage. By the end of this video, you'll have the skills to spot these tiny clues like a pro, giving you a serious edge in decoding her feelings. Before we jump in, let's quickly define micro-expressions. These are brief involuntary facial movements that last just a fraction of a second. Most people don't even notice them, but they can reveal a lot about someone's true emotions when you know what to look for. These expressions aren't just random facial twitches, they're backed by psychological science. Our faces are hardwired to display our emotions even when we're trying to mask them. That's why recognizing micro-expressions can be a game-changer. Let's dive into the 10 micro-expressions that could signal she's attracted to you. 1. The quick eyebrow lift when she first notices you. Her eyebrows might lift slightly, but only for a split second. This seemingly small gesture can speak volumes about her level of interest. It's an automatic reaction that we're often unaware of, triggered by the sight of something or someone we find. Lesson number 1: appealing. This involuntary movement is like her face saying, "Oh, this is interesting," even before she consciously processes it. Raised eyebrows are universally associated with recognition and curiosity. This expression dates back to our evolutionary roots, where raising eyebrows helped widen our field of vision to take in someone we find captivating. What makes this sign stand out is its speed. A deliberate eyebrow raise is usually slower and more controlled, lasting longer than a quick flash of interest to spot this micro-expression. Keep an eye out for the lightning-fast upward movement that vanishes almost immediately. The quick eyebrow lift is a great example of how subtle our non-verbal communication can be. It's also incredibly reliable because it's subconscious. She likely doesn't even know she's doing it. Once you train yourself to catch these fleeting moments, you'll be surprised at how often they pop up. So next time you're with someone you suspect might be interested in, you watch for this tiny signal. You'll find that understanding her micro-expressions can offer valuable insight into her feelings, giving you a deeper connection to her unspoken emotions. 2. Biting or licking her lips when you're engaged in a conversation. You might notice her biting or licking her lips. This behavior, though subtle, is often a subconscious indicator of attraction. But before jumping to conclusions, it's important to consider the context. If the environment is dry or she's just eaten, this action might have no deeper meaning. However, when it seems unrelated to any practical need and occurs frequently, it's worth paying attention. Lip movements like biting or licking are closely tied to sensuality. By drawing attention to her lips, she might be signaling interest, even if she isn't doing so intentionally beyond the visual cue. This behavior can also stem from nervous excitement. When we're attracted to someone, we often experience heightened arousal, and small gestures, like lip biting, can help regulate that energy. This type of self-touch is part of what psychologists call grooming behaviors. Essentially, when we're around someone we're drawn to, we unconsciously want to appear more attractive. In addition to grooming, these movements are also about soothing a way to calm the butterflies in her stomach when she's nervous or excited. By noticing these cues, you're gaining insight into her feelings that she might not even realize she's expressing. It's a gentle, almost instinctive way of showing interest, making it a powerful micro-expression to recognize. If you spot this during your interaction, it could be a subtle sign that she's into you. 3. Dilated pupils. One of the most telling yet often overlooked signs of attraction is dilated pupils. This physiological lesson number 2 response is completely out of her control, which makes it one of the most genuine indicators of interest when someone is attracted to you. Their pupils naturally expand. It's a subtle change, but if you're paying close attention during eye contact, you might notice it. Pupil dilation is regulated by the autonomic nervous system, which also controls other responses like heart rate and breathing. When we're emotionally or physically aroused, this system kicks into high gear, causing the pupils to dilate. This reaction is tied to our evolutionary history. Larger pupils are perceived as more inviting and are often associated with feelings of warmth and connection. While this cue is reliable, context matters. Lighting conditions can affect pupil size, so don't confuse dim lighting for a sign of attraction. For example, pupils naturally expand in low light to let in more visual information. To truly understand this micro-expression, consider it alongside other signals like her body language and tone of voice. Keep in mind, too, that noticing pupil dilation requires subtlety. Intense staring can feel invasive, so keep it natural and relaxed. If you catch her pupils looking slightly larger when she's looking at you, it could be her body's way of revealing she's drawn to you, even if she's not saying it outright. 4. The head tilt. The head tilt is a classic gesture of interest and engagement. If she tilts her head slightly to one side during your conversation, it's often a positive sign. This movement indicates she's paying attention and genuinely interested in what you have to say on a deeper level. The head tilt is also a sign of vulnerability. Exposing the Lesson 3 neck, a sensitive area, suggests she feels comfortable and open around you. This micro-expression is about more than just listening. It's a non-verbal way of signaling connection by tilting her head. She's showing that she's intrigued and wants to hear more. This gesture also aligns with our instinctive body language. When we're captivated by someone, our posture naturally adjusts to show attentiveness. However, context is key. If you're in a noisy environment, a head tilt might simply mean she's trying to hear you. Better look for this gesture in quieter, more relaxed settings where it's less likely to be purely functional. Combine it with other cues like sustained eye contact or a genuine smile to gauge her level of interest. The head tilt is subtle but powerful. It's one of those micro-expressions that speaks volumes without saying a word. So next time you're in conversation, keep an eye out for this small but meaningful movement. It could be a sign she's drawn to you. 5. The fleeting smile. A fleeting smile can reveal more than you might think. This quick, genuine smile appears and disappears in a matter of moments, often before she's even aware of it. It's a subconscious expression of happiness and attraction, as if her emotions are surfacing without her control, unlike a forced or polite smile. A fleeting smile involves the entire face, particularly the eyes, known as the Dewan smile. This type of grin activates the muscles around the eyes, creating subtle crow's feet. It's an authentic expression that radiates warmth and interest. When she flashes this quick smile, it's often her way of communicating that she's enjoying your presence, even if she's too shy to say so. Outright timing is key with fleeting smiles. They often occur during moments of eye contact, or when you say something that resonates with her. The smile might fade quickly, but its impact lingers, leaving you with a sense of connection. If you notice this type of smile recurring during your interaction, it's a strong sign that she's comfortable and intrigued by you. Remember to respond to these moments with genuine warmth. A smile in return not only acknowledges her unspoken feelings but also strengthens the bond between you. This tiny yet powerful micro-expression is a doorway to understanding her deeper emotions, so don't let it slip by unnoticed. 6. Touching her neck or hair. When she touches her neck or plays with her hair during your interaction, she might be signaling attraction. These self-touch gestures are often subconscious, but they carry significant meaning. Touching the neck in particular is a vulnerable action, suggesting she feels a mix of excitement and nervousness around you. Similarly, running her fingers through her hair or lightly playing with it can be a grooming behavior, reflecting her desire to appear more appealing. These actions often draw attention to these areas which are considered sensual by doing so. She's subtly inviting your gaze, even if she's not fully aware of it. Beyond grooming, such movements are also soothing. They help her manage the heightened arousal and excitement that comes from being near someone she's attracted to. It's crucial to differentiate between nervous fidgeting and intentional gestures. Nervous fidgeting tends to be quick and repetitive, while attraction-driven movements are smoother and more deliberate. Context matters too. If she's adjusting her hair after the wind has blown it out of place, it's likely just practical. When these gestures occur alongside other micro-expressions such as sustained eye contact or a genuine smile, they create a clearer picture of her feelings. Observing these cues can provide valuable insight into her emotions, helping you understand her on a deeper level without the need for words. 7. Mirroring your actions. Mirroring is a fascinating form of nonverbal communication. If you notice her subtly mimicking movements, gestures, or even speech patterns, it's a strong indicator of rapport and potential attraction. This behavior often happens unconsciously when we feel connected to someone, making it a reliable sign of mutual interest. For example, she might lean in. When you lean in or use similar hand gestures while talking, these small synchronized actions create a sense of harmony and shared understanding. Mirroring is deeply rooted in our psychology. It's a natural way of building trust and bonding with others in the context of attraction. Mirroring takes on an even deeper meaning. It shows that she's paying close attention to you and feels a connection. This behavior isn't about copying, it's about alignment. Her body language reflects her desire to be in sync with you, even if she's not consciously aware of it. To spot mirroring, watch for subtle similarities in posture, gestures, or tone of voice. It's important to note that this should feel natural and unforced. If it seems exaggerated or deliberate, it might not be genuine when done subconsciously. However, mirroring can be a powerful sign that she's genuinely drawn to you, offering a glimpse into her true feelings. 8. Brief touch or lean-in. Physical proximity is one of the strongest indicators of attraction. If she leans in slightly closer than necessary, or her hand briefly brushes against yours, it's often a subconscious way of bridging the gap between you. These moments of contact are subtle yet impactful, signaling her desire to create a sense of closeness. A brief touch, like her hand lightly touching your arm during conversation, might seem accidental, but can carry deeper meaning. Similarly, leaning in while speaking, especially when the environment doesn't demand it, shows her interest in being near you. These actions are often automatic, driven by her attraction and the comfort she feels in your presence. It's important to approach these moments with respect and sensitivity. While these gestures are encouraging, they should always remain appropriate and considerate of her boundaries. Avoid misinterpreting a casual touch for something more significant, unless it's accompanied by other positive signals such as sustained eye contact or a warm smile. By recognizing these micro-expressions, you'll develop a better understanding of her unspoken cues. These fleeting touches and slight lean-in can create a powerful sense of connection, deepening the bond between you and paving the way for a stronger relationship. 9. The nose scrunch. The nose scrunch, often referred to as the bunny nose, is a playful and endearing micro-expression that can signal attraction. This subtle gesture usually occurs when she's smiling or laughing, and it's a sign of genuine happiness. If you catch her scrunching her nose slightly in your presence, it's a strong indication that she feels joy and excitement around you. This expression is often involuntary, making it an authentic reflection of her emotions. The nose scrunch is associated with a mix of light-heartedness and nervous energy, both of which can emerge when she's attracted to someone. It's the kind of gesture that happens when she's feeling comfortable yet giddy, unable to fully contain her positive emotions. Pay attention to the context in which this micro-expression appears. If it happens during a moment of shared laughter, or while she's gazing at you, it's likely tied to her feelings of attraction on its own. The nose scrunch might not mean much, but when combined with other positive signals, it becomes a more telling clue. Recognizing this playful gesture can help you better understand her unspoken emotions. It's a sweet and subtle way her body reveals her feelings, offering you a glimpse into her inner world. 10. Prolonged eye contact. One of the most powerful non-verbal signals of attraction is prolonged eye contact. When she holds your gaze longer than usual, it's often a clear indication of interest. Eye contact is a fundamental part of human connection, and when it's extended, it suggests she's deeply engaged and intrigued by you. Prolonged eye contact triggers a sense of intimacy. It's as if she's inviting you to see beyond her words and into her emotions. Studies have shown that mutual eye contact increases feelings of closeness and trust in the context of attraction. It's her way of saying, "I see you, and I want you to see me too." However, it's important to interpret this signal within the context of your interaction. If her gaze is accompanied by a warm smile or other positive body language cues, it's likely a sign of romantic interest. On the other hand, if her stare feels intense or uncomfortable, It might indicate something else entirely. Responding to prolonged eye contact with your own gaze can help deepen the connection. Just be sure to keep it natural and avoid overthinking. By holding her gaze, you're acknowledging her feelings and reciprocating the sense of connection. This simple yet powerful micro-expression can reveal her unspoken attraction and create a moment of genuine connection between you. Understanding micro-expressions is like learning a new language, one that's spoken without words. These subtle gestures and movements can provide profound insight into her emotions and level of interest. By paying attention to signs like the quick eyebrow lift, fleeting smiles, or prolonged eye contact, you can decode the unspoken messages she's sending. Remember, context matters. Always consider the environment and her overall behavior. Before drawing conclusions, micro-expressions are just one piece of the puzzle, but they're a valuable tool for building deeper connections. So the next time you're interacting with someone special, keep an eye out for these subtle yet telling signals. They might just reveal more than words ever could.